Michelle here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something that I have had to do for a very, very long time. And that is organize all of my yarn things. Okay, not my yarn. Today is not the day that I'm going to be organizing my yarn, even though, yes, I kind of need to organize it just a little bit, but it's not that bad. My notions, my pattern books, just the random things that I have that I need to crochet with and to knit with, they need to be organized. I don't think I've ever truly sat down and just dumped everything out and organized. When I have a project, much like my yarn, I take everything out that I need, and after the project, much like my yarn, I don't necessarily put it back where it needs to go. And then it ends up in a bunch of random places around my room, around the camper, even sometimes in my car, okay? Like it's all over the place and I need to organize it. And before we get too much into today's video, let's talk about this video's sponsor, Craftsy. If you haven't heard of Craftsy before, they are an amazing online resource for all things creative. What I like about Craftsy is that no matter what hobby or project you want to work on, they have something to help you, whether it's a new hobby or brush up on skills you already have. Craftsy offers over 2,000 classes in over 20 popular categories like crocheting, knitting, cake decorating, sewing, and so much more. Craftsy also has great resources like patterns, articles, and recipes to help you with your projects. Recently, I've gotten really into knitting, so let's see what they have in their knitting category. They have a bunch of topics. Like, look at all of these things that just have to deal with knitting. Oh, they actually have something for a knitting machine. Okay, this actually would be very handy. I do have a knitting machine and I've done one thing like a few years ago. So there's a class right here by Renee. So let's click that. Machine Knitting Sweater Basics. Okay. If we look over here, it's an in-depth instructional video with over 87 minutes. And bonus downloadable PDF resources, which is quite nice. And then if we go over here, okay, they're telling you how to use the machine, how to set it up. I definitely have to come back to watch this because I really want to start knitting on my knitting machine, even though yes, I have started hand knitting. I really want to get into my knitting machine this year as well. So this is definitely something that I am going to add to my playlist and we're going to put that in favorites. But yeah, this is definitely something that I am very interested in. Craftsy is always creating new classes to keep you coming back for more and help you stay inspired. First 1,000 of you watching this video who scan the QR code on screen or click the link in my description will get their first full year of Craftsy Premium for only $1.49. This offer is valid for new members only. The plan for this video is I'm going to be going to the Dollarama. I need new containers. I need a better storage system in here. I have gotten into knitting, so I have been thrifting a few things for that, and I'll show that in the video. Like, we'll go over everything, right? Maybe somewhere to organize my knitting things now, notions. I also am an avid thrifter and buyer of vintage pattern books. Now, I'm not doing anything sewing related or any other crafts, okay? This is going to be strictly things that have to do with the yarn crafts. And I know there's a lot of other yarn crafts out there, but particularly things that I will use while I'm crocheting and things that I will use while I'm knitting. If you're new to my channel and you like crocheting and knitting and yarn and thrifting and the 80s and like all that jazz, why not hit the subscribe button?
Bees?
Beads.
Beads?
I am back from the Dollarama. It is time to go over the things I bought. I also found this really cute bag there. Like, it's this tote bag. There's a pocket here. I don't think there's any pockets on the inside because, yeah, it's, you know, from Dollarama. I think this bag was $5. I'm thinking about taking apart the whole, like, Dollarama off and then putting like my own patch there. Anyways, not the point of this video. Let's go over what I found and what I'm thinking about doing, and then we'll get into actually putting some stuff away. Went into the sections of home storage, then I went into beauty, and then I went into like crafting supplies and pens and papers and stuff like that. I bought this here. This is a cosmetic organizer. It was $5. I'm thinking I could put crochet hooks in here because the way that like the length of it, I think that would be perfect for like crochet hooks, and then I can sort them out being like maybe metal in one, plastic in the other. Then I got this one here. I like this one because there's 3 compartments in it. This was $1.50 and I found this in the storage section. Then I got this one here. I just liked it. I liked because there's like, you could just open it up, and we'll open these up as I go. This was $2.50 and I like how it has this darker plastic on it. Like it's not so light and bright, kind of like this. I'm not a fan of like clear plastic. I'd rather have something like this. I don't know. I like this. This one I found in the home storage section. This one I found in the container section for food. It looks like it's glass, but it's just plastic. It was $2.50 and I just like the shape of it. Then I ended up buying 5 of these. There are 10 sheets in each one, so now I have 50 sheets of these, and these are going to be for my binder system where I'm going to put crochet books and yarn books and knitting books in here. I can organize them, and if I'm looking for something specific, it's easier to flip through a binder than like, you know, be looking all over the place for things. So that's why I bought these. Now that I've shown you everything, it is time to unpackage them and start organizing. These are a different type of thing. Found some more crochet hooks. I know I have a bundle of crochet hooks somewhere. I gotta figure out where that is. I kept seeing it all the time, and then now that I want to organize it, it's gone. We'll put wood with plastic. That's metal, plastic. This crochet hook here was my very first crochet hook. And the first things that I've crocheted with was with this hook. So we're just gonna put that in plastic. I don't use it as much anymore because I don't need to. Metal, plastic. Yarn needle. I have this hook here. I bought it when I was really into like these resin hooks, and I love how it's like very like iridescent. I just don't use it mainly because I have better hooks now. I like a metal hook. I like the metal end. I'm not really a fan of the inline type of hook. I just wanted to point out that you see this little blue storage container. I bought it because I thought I was going to put like some stuff in it, and then I ended up not using it, so that's why I didn't really like include it in the video, but I feel like a lot of people are going to see it and be like, well, what did you put in there? At this current moment, nothing, but I really like it, so I think eventually I'll start putting stuff in there when I have like the right size, because it's just a little bit smaller than I thought. I do have a bunch of knitting and crocheting books. I also feel like I might have some more inside, but we'll just go through this for right now. What I'm thinking is I will separate knitting and crocheting. Oh, that collar is so cute. Do I need to make one of those? Ooh, there's so many. Oh, there's a wolf one. I definitely think I could make this. That'd be so fun. I'm gonna keep this. I made this bag last year, but it like gives you the directions on how to do it. So I think I do want to keep this. I would love to make that. My sister picked me this up from Value Village. It's just crochet slippers. Of course I want to make this. He's yelling. There's a goose and he's yelling. You know how I feel about yelling geese. This is the binder that I got. I would love to print something out here that says patterns or something. I got this at an estate sale. Okay, when you go to estate sales, you got to be looking for more than just clothing and vintage things and antiques and everything like that. Like, people have stationary stuff like pens, staplers, hole punches, printers, books. I bought some totes there and I put my yarn in it now. Like, estate sales are good for like everything. These ones here, they're just way too big for this. All right, so now we're gonna go and put away the knitting books. Also, I do want to say that these pages are pretty thick. Like they're not as flimsy as I thought they were gonna be. Also, look what this person wrote on this guy's face. I can't figure it out, but it says, on to sleep. I'm on to sleep. It looks like a 9. I don't know. I just think that's funny. And there's still a lot of room in here. This is like my junk drawer slash crocheting drawer. It's not really a junk drawer. It's just what I use the most. I put in here because it's right beside where I crochet. So this is one of the drawers that I need to go through and organize. I'm gonna grab stuff from here and we're gonna go over to my desk, and that's where we're gonna organize things. This is all the stuff that I need to organize. This, as you can see, was once full. And this is my second one because I lose them and I also break them because they're just plastic. So I'm gonna have this open over there. I'm gonna have that back here so I can just throw stuff. That is like knitting. Oh, that's where my needle went. I have been looking everywhere for this particular needle. It's my favorite. I got this, I don't know, like a few months ago. But I'm thinking I can put all of my yarn bobbins in here. I think that's gonna be a lot better because right now they're this plastic thing and I feel like I could use the plastic thing for something else. This is gonna be random things that I don't know what to do with, like that. This is a Rubik's Cube. I really got into Rubik's Cubes in the summer. I don't know, just thought it would be fun to have. And then I figured out how to solve them. For anyone who sees all the Rubik's Cubes in my videos, I can solve them. So I'll probably just fast forward this so then that way you can see that I actually can solve them. These ones I want to make into stitch markers so I can go in there. I love Hello Kitty, and I think his name's, I can never pronounce her names right, and I'm sorry, but it's like Pomperin. I love him because I know he's a dog, but he gives off such whispers vibes. Like, he just reminds me of my cat. Scissors, that I'm using. Fun stitch marker. Okay, so like this is a lot of stitch markers, so we're gonna do a speed round of putting that away. Everything that's going to go back in here are things that I use daily. For anybody wondering, oh no, like I made a mess on here, I actually got this from Amazon. It was actually just this yellow color, and then I put a bunch of my like bullet journal stickers on here, you know, to make it all pretty. It's a little vacuum. Put it on. Just when I thought it was all done, I found some more things that I can put away. I also bought these from Fabricland about a week ago. They are the Taylor yarns, and because I have their card, like their discount card, they were 50% off, and I'm gonna add them into here. They are knitting stitch markers. Also, I've decided to make this knitting stitch markers, these all regular stitch markers. I think I might take the metal ones out eventually, and then fun stitch markers. It's the next day, and I found more things in my room that I had to bring out here. So let's go through this real quick and then we'll get into it. So first off, I did find some more knitting magazines. Like, look at this cat one, okay? This has a bunch of like knitting and crocheting stuff that I kind of want to add to the things that I bought. So we're gonna go through this. Kind of forgot I put stuff in there. Yesterday when we were going over things on my desk, I did put a bunch of stuff in here that we're also gonna sort through, and put in where they need to go. Okay, do you remember in the wintertime when I was making my Christmas tree cardigan and I wanted to add like some cute brooches on there? I'm like, I have brooches. I know they're somewhere. I found them. They were in here. I'm looking for something else because I'm trying to like organize stuff. Like I have this thing full of crochet hooks and I really want to put them away and I just don't know where they are. But I found these. I got a bunch of these knitting needles from Value Village, of all places, and they were $4 each. These are Addy, and I haven't used Addy yet, but I really like them, so I got these ones, and these ones here were also $4, and these are CROCHET knitting needles, and CROCHET knitting needles are very expensive. I can't believe I found these. So we're gonna put these aside because I don't know what to do with these yet. So what I did is when I started cleaning, I emptied out the remaining of these little clips in here. And so I've been putting all the clips that I've been finding in various places in here. And then when I'm all done, I'm going to put back the clips that were already in here. However, I wanted to count how many clips I found that were not in the right spot. How many clips did I find? Was it 35, 55, 73, or 29? The answer is 55. I found 55 of these clips while cleaning. I'm still missing a lot though, and I don't know where those went, but yeah, I'm surprised I found this many. This is how the drawer looks. I have my yarn bobbins in here, random stuff in here. This is stuff that I use like daily, like my stitch counter, scissors, measuring tape. This just has some bookmarks and thread in it. These have my yarn needles in it. I like that. That's just gum. This, I couldn't get that. You can kind of see it from the back side, I think. I couldn't get the sticky part off of it, so I'm just like, let me just put a bunch of stickers on it. These are from Michael's and they're just the planner stickers is what these are. And this moth one, I never could really fit it in the book anywhere, but I think it works perfectly on here. And then, you know, these are my knitting, plastic, and fun stitch markers. And I can just put the lid on it. And then that way, nothing's really falling in there, which is good. But yeah, that's how my drawer set up, and I think this is gonna work much better for me. I think that concludes me organizing my crochet things. I know I have more things elsewhere. I just honestly don't know where they are. I know I have a bundle of crochet hooks somewhere. Where those crochet hooks are, I don't know. I think everything is nice and organized. I like how it's all in a drawer. It wasn't a drawer, but it wasn't organized in a drawer, and that was the problem. I think my favorite organizational thing that I did out of everything was that little plastic tray with the 3 compartments. So much easier because before I just had them all in the same little container. If I wanted a fun one, then I'd have to dig through it, and it just wasn't worth it. So then I would just use like, you know, the simple boring one, which is okay. But sometimes I just want a fun stitch marker. So I'm really glad I did that. I also like how the 3rd compartment is just for knitting stitch markers, the ones that like don't come on and off easily. You know, it goes from one needle to the other needle. You know what I mean? So I'm really glad I got that organized. I also really like how I have the books organized. I forgot I had some of those books in there. And now that I am starting to knit, it's really good to know that I have them. There's a few ones in there, like the ones with like the Canadian sweaters. I really love those. I also really liked the ones with the goose on them, or the geese on them, because you know how I am about geese. I am glad that everything is somewhat organized, but what's great about having it in an organized section is if I need to grab something from there, I know where it is. Or if I get something new, I know where to put it. That's the problem, is when I get new things and I don't know where to put them, they just end up wherever, and then I lose things, and then I have to end up buying a second one, and then I end up finding the first one, and then I got 2 of them. Also, going through everything, I've realized that I need to sort out my yarn again. But that's okay. Ever since I had my yarn organizational system going, when I put yarn away, I know where it goes, and it's so much easier putting things away. For me, one of my problems is that if I don't have a spot for it, it doesn't really get properly organized, but if I know I have a spot for it and I know where it goes, it's going to be put away and I'm going to be able to find it when I need it. In the comments below, let me know if any of y'all have good organizing tips for your yarn things. I am still trying to figure out organization for my knitting needles now, because that's a whole thing that I got to get into. So if you have any good ideas for, you know, circular knitting needles and where to put those, I would love to hear it, because I'm still trying to find a good spot for those. I think that does it for this video, so y'all have a good day now.